Gowdy, you can eat later.
Gowdy?
Clerk, can you
We're ready, let's go.
let's start the meeting.
This is the City of East Cleveland regular council meeting, Tuesday, October 6th, 2020 at 6:30 p.m. Location is the Zoom video conference platform. Council President,
I can't hear you.
you call the
Call the roll.
Yes.
Present.
Councilor Gowdy,
Don't we have to call the meeting to order?
In order, please.
I think that's what she did, but I could not hear that, Mr. Austin.
No, I didn't hear it either, but I think it's supposed to be called by the president or by the chair.
Can you,
Council President, could you call the meeting to order?
the time is today is October 6, 2020. The time is now 6:36 p.m. This meeting is called to order.
We've been in all this, so I'm gonna turn the camera on.
Okay, I'll start the roll call over. Councilor Stevenson,
Present.
Councilor Gowdy,
Present.
Councilor Martin,
Present.
Councilor Austin,
President.
Councilor Smith,
Present.
Council, do you want me to go over Rule 9, invoke Rule 9? Council President?
I can make the motion if that's okay, on Rule 9, okay?
Go ahead, Mr. Martin.
I move that, we amend the agenda for Rule 9, order of business, to go straight to, proclamations.
Legislation.
Okay, legislation, right? Okay, to go straight to legislation. I move that we, suspend Rule 9, and then we go straight to legislation. That's my motion.
Second. Second.
There's a motion on the floor. It's been moved and second.
Yes.
Okay.
A vote? Let's have a vote.
Is there a discussion? No? Let's move.
Yes, I just want to know why do we modify the agenda? Are we short of time or something?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, we are.
Okay.
Clerk, can you call the roll?
Councilor Stevenson,
Yay.
Councilor Gowdy,
Yay.
Councilor Martin,
Yay.
Councilor Austin,
Abstain.
and Councilor Smith.
Nay, and I would like to appeal. I don't know what's so funny. What is so funny? We trying to handle city business. I would like to appeal. Can I have a second?
I'll second your appeal.
So, I want to know why is it so imperative that we rush this meeting tonight?
I have another engagement, and, I'm trying to hang in to get at least through the legislation if we can.
And I have something too.
All right. So I'd like us to move forward and.
Okay, well, I like to,
For the record, I'm speaking right now, 3/5 carry the day.
I understand that, but
Okay,
if you know the rules, I have the floor. I like to make a request of information, Madam President. I have a request for information. I would like the recording of the minutes from the September 1st minutes and video.
It's a motion on the floor.
It's a motion on the
Well,
floor.
Mr.
That
Smith,
motion passed already. They're right. I have the motion on the floor.
but you have a motion on the floor, but what are we doing here? You're asked, the motion doesn't cover what you just asked.
Never mind. I know exactly why we skipping everything.
Why do you think we skipping everything, Mr. Smith?
Because it's some individuals who don't want to read the September 1st minutes because they were not done right. A motion was never on the floor to amend that agenda. That the chair never recognized Councilwoman Gowdy as stated in the minutes, or she did not suspend or waive the 24-hour rule.
Mr. Smith, if you don't agree with the minute, just.
Furthermore, the chair never recognized Councilwoman Gowdy, or did Councilwoman Gowdy ask for recognition by the chair. The East Cleveland Charter, page 29, section 103B, states all meetings of public bodies of the city and council, whether regular or special, shall be open and public.
Mr. Smith, you are out of order because
Yeah,
that
you are.
Wasn't even the right thing.
Shall be open and public. There's no way you can have a meeting on the cell
on
phone
the floor,
for
Mr.
20
Smith.
minutes.
You asked for time
According to
to
the
talk
minute-
about this meeting today.
According
not
to the
talk
minute,
about
the
minutes and time.
For 20 minutes,
So
this
you are,
rule was not
you're out of
followed.
order. You are out of order, sir. You asked for permission
It's
to
20
talk about one subject and
For
you're
20
talking about
minutes.
something else. Let's
Point of
move
order.
to the clerk. Can you call?
Point of order.
Read the ordinance, please.
Point of order.
There is
Point
no
of
point
order.
of order, sir.
According to the minutes, that Corinne Stevens drafted, for 20 minutes, this rule was not followed.
Clerk, will you please
Mr.
call,
Smith, you are out of
Vice
order.
read the
President,
legislation, clerk.
a so-called election of the vice president was carried on the cell phone. Where is the integrity? Where is the following of the charter? All you all have to do is do the vote over with no
Mr.
problem.
Smith, you are out of order.
You just bring
I
up our
have
back.
permission to speak about this
Charter,
meeting.
page
Not
29,
about the minutes on the
section
agenda.
103E says,
Can we?
the charter, page 29, section 103E says, this section
Victorian,
shall
read
be
the legislation.
liberally construed to require public officials
Clerk,
to
can
take
you-
official action and to conduct all deliberation upon official business only in open meetings. That did not occur
Mr.
September
Smith,
1st.
you are out of order.
Thank you,
You
Mr.
are out
Smith,
of
if
order.
that's how you feel, if that's,
You are out of order.
If you, Mr. Smith, if you want to talk about the minute, you need to sit with, you're saying that there's something wrong with the
You
minute.
all are trying to suspend the meeting. You all are trying
Like
to,
everybody else.
listen, I'm following the rules. Point of order.
Now you want to follow the rules?
Point of order.
You don't want to talk to me about following no
Point
rules.
of order. Yes, I do. Point of order. It's not funny.
Can you
It's
call?
not funny. It's sad. Thank you. You will not, this is not the last you will hear from me. And as of
That's
now,
fine. We expect to hear from you, Mr. Smith, just in order.
no, point of order. I have the floor. I did everything
No,
tonight.
you don't
have
have
a
the
good
floor
day.
anymore, Mr. Smith. You're not being recognized at this time.
The same way I did not recognize Councilwoman Gowdy.
Clerk,
The same way I did not recognize Councilwoman Gowdy, and you all will hear from the people, trust me. So, again,
Yes, sir.
Mr.
Yes,
Smith,
sir.
how many times you talk about the people
I
ain't
will
even
not
thinking about you?
indulge, I will not indulge in this illegal meeting.
That's good,
You all,
you are really dismissed.
you cannot dismiss me, thank you. You really can't. Thank you. So to uphold the integrity of the people, I'm going to dismiss myself from this meeting and all future meetings until you all vote correctly. Thank you.
clerk,
Yes.
Can you read the ordinance?
Ordinance 29
The motion that passed, or where are we with that outburst?
We had a motion to suspend Rule 9 and go to legislation. We got.
Right, we go into legislation.
Okay. Ordinance 29-20, this is a first read, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept the Ohio Department of Public Safety from the Office of Criminal Justice Services, OCJS, grant to the police department in the amount of $26,657.60. And 6 cents for the public health, safety, and welfare. This is requested by Brandon L. King, Mayor, sponsored by Nathaniel Martin, Counselor, co-sponsored by Corinne C. Stevenson, President, and also co-sponsored by Timothy R. Austin.
Nate Martin, this legislation bears your name. What's your pleasure?
It's a first read. We discussed it before. It's a grant from the Ohio Department of Public Safety. There is no match. We always love grants. And we've been pretty good this year about getting grants. So that's all that needs to be said, and we'll vote on it at the next read. That's the first read.
Thank you.
Okay?
How much money?
It's $26,657.06. Anything you want to say about this? I'm looking at you. I can see you. Is there anything you want to say? Mayor Brandon King?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it just reads second read on the document that I have it. Is this the first read or is this the second read?
This should be the second read because I remember discussing this, but let's get it straight. Now, I got one thing that says first read, and then I got another document. No, but look one. I got one that says second read. Same document, 29.
I got the one that says second read.
One is an ordinance and one is a resolution.
This is second read for this particular business.
That's what I thought too.
It's a second read then, right?
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Well, if it's second read, then we can go on and vote on it then. All right.
What is it?
It would be appreciated if it is a second read that we vote on it, and I'm hoping that we accept it knowing that we are resource constrained. We need all of the resources that we can get, and this grant was worked on very diligently, not only by myself, but with the police department and finance department, law department. So, yeah, I would hope it's a second read that we voted thumbs up.
Sure, it's like, I remember talking about this a couple weeks ago, so I would like to sponsor ordinance 2920 and move for its adoption.
Can we make a correction on which read it is, and then first I want to correct which
The
read.
correction is, it should be the second read.
I'd like to make a motion that we make ordinance number, let me make sure I can blow it up so I can actually see the ordinance number 2920, a second read instead of a first read.
That motion.
Was it second?
Yeah, it's a second read. I'm almost absolutely sure.
Was that a second on
Was
the?
the motion
on the floor?
seconded?
Yeah, I seconded it.
Is there any discussion? Clerk call the roll.
Counselor Stevenson,
Yay.
Counselor Gowdy,
Come on, Donnie. Second read, say yes.
Second read, yeah.
Counselor Martin,
Yay.
Counselor Austin,
Yay.
Counselor Smith,
I think is he gone? Is Mr.
Yeah.
Smith gone?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now, do I need to move for its adoption now or what? Do I need to do that again or I can
Yes.
do it for the
Yes,
record?
sir.
I sponsor ordinance 2920 and move for its adoption.
Second.
Second it.
second, is it gonna be
Clerk, can you call the roll?
Counselor Stevenson? Counselor Stevenson,
Yay.
Counselor Gowdy,
Yay.
Counselor Martin,
Yay.
Counselor Austin,
Yay.
Counselor
And it was
Smith,
seconded by me also.
yes,
Okay.
Counselor Smith,
I think he's left. So,
ordinance 2920 is passed.
thank you.
You're welcome,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Okay, I'm going to share okay. The next resolution is gonna be 3230. This is a second read.
3230. You mean
33.
33, 20.
32.
3220. And this is,
Okay, are we at the second read of 3220?
yes,
Okay. Go ahead.
this is a resolution authorizing the mayor to submit to the Northeast Ohio Area-Wide Coordinating Agency, NOACA, acting as a designated recipient of the United States Department of Transportation funds for the Transportation for Livable Communities Initiative, TLCI, program grant. This is requested by Mayor Brandon L. King and also sponsored by Mayor Brandon L. King.
It was sponsored by Councilman Austin 2 meetings ago.
Okay,
Sponsor anything. He can request, but he can't sponsor. So it's sponsored by Austin?
Yes, sir.
Yes, that was from last meeting, change.
We got 2 separate minutes, ordinance.
yes, because,
Councilman Austin, this legislation bears your name, what's your pleasure? Councilor Austin? Hello? Is he on or is he gone?
I don't know.
He seems to be here, but,
Yeah, I'm here. You know,
okay.
this really screen is, I would like to adopt resolution number 32-20 and move for its adoption. Correction, I'd like to
Adopt and move for its adoption?
sponsor
Sponsor and move for its
resolution
adoption?
32-20 and move for its adoption. That's correct.
I'll second.
I'll second that. I'll second that motion.
Is there any discussion?
Yeah, I'll just remind the people what this is about. An opportunity for the city to get infrastructure support from NOAC, and they are going to provide infrastructure support, whether it's for our broadband support and or our pipes along the roads, highways, and byways. They're a phenomenal supporter, and I appreciate the administration for going after this grant to help us get some broadband in the city, bring more business to the city. Thank you.
The problem is, I don't see no price. Since we
That's
accept,
because this is a grant, they haven't, with this document, well, okay. This grant is due on the 16th. The engineer is still writing this grant. So what we got yesterday was a summary of what it is, pretty much.
This gives us permission to apply for the grant.
Right.
When we get this legislation passed.
And you should have I think you should have a summary in your package. If not, I have these printed out.
But how much is we asking for? That's what,
Mayor King, do you know how much this grant is asking for?
No, I do not have the document in front of me, but keep in mind, it's a two-step process. You have to pass legislation to allow me to submit the grant application, and then you have to pass legislation accepting the award. If we're lucky enough to be awarded, you have to pass legislation accepting it, just like you did with the grant before this.
but we need to know who started the,
So the city has been talking about getting grant writers, people writing grants for a number of years. We're in a position now where thankfully we bought in some consultants. We are applying for grants. I have various departments through various agencies applying for grants. We need to continue the process of applying for grants. We don't win them all, but we need to apply for them. Hopefully we do win this one. It'll come back to you, and then you can accept it.
Yeah, just, for a point of clarification, Madam Chairman, Mayor Brandon, can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay, you're applying for the grant in this resolution 3220, is that correct?
yes, we're just applying for it.
Okay, so you don't know what the amount of the grant is that correct?
I do not have the grant in front of me. No, I do not know.
well, then we can't
So
find,
what we're going, if you apply for the grant, but no effort to go out and get your grant money, but we don't know how much.
Yes, it may be in the document. The council president said that she has the document in front of her. That number may be
No, all I
in there.
have is a summary.
Okay, so the number, we don't know what that number is. We still need to apply for the grant.
The deadline is, I think the president said the deadline is the 16th of October, is that true?
Yes,
Okay, then we need to go and act on this then, okay?
Yeah, the documents that I have don't indicate any amount of money.
yeah, so a lot of times we apply for grants and a dollar amount is not on there. When you get awarded, they tell you what a dollar amount is. Grants don't always have a dollar amount initially, especially now when she's just writing it. So I apologize for that, but all grants don't have it. I spoke with the sewer district late last week, and they were commending us for bringing in OHM, because OHM was one of 4 recipients for a grant that they just awarded earlier this year, or they applied for earlier this year, and it was just awarded maybe 2 weeks ago. So we're doing good applying for it. We got to keep applying.
Question would be, since we don't have what the amount is there a match with this grant, Mayor Brandon King? Is there a match?
So what happens is sometimes there are matches and sometimes there are not. This particular grant, again, I don't have it in front of me, so I don't know, but it doesn't matter from the perspective of applying for the grant. If there's a match, you as council can always not accept the grant once it's awarded, right? So all I'm asking for is the ability to go after this money, go after this grant, go after road resurfacing, go after high-speed fiber, right? Try to make this city better. We need to apply for these grant opportunities. I apologize, you don't have all of the information. You don't have the dollar amount that is either up for grabs or that we're asking for, but you will have it if we're successful and we win this grant. I can't accept it, the city can't bring it in unless you accept it, unless you allow me to apply for it. That's what I'm asking you to do.
If there's nothing further, clerk, can you call the roll?
Counselor Stevenson,
Yay.
Counselor Gowdy,
Yay, we go,
is that a yay?
yay.
Counselor Martin,
I said yay.
Counselor Martin,
Yay!
Counselor Austin,
Yay!
Counselor Smith,
Thank you.
Resolution 3220 has passed. Next, we have Resolution 33-20. This is a first read. Declaring racism as a public health crisis in the city of East Cleveland, Ohio. Further establishing a work group to address the social ills that contribute to the vast iniquities in our community that cause health disparities among minorities and people of color by the East Cleveland City Council. African Americans and other minority groups who have less access to high quality medical care, cleaner environments and healthy fresh food, and are dying at greater rates than others. Racism is a driver of health inequity, and this resolution therefore establishes a work group to remove racist barriers and promote racial equality in the city of East Cleveland, Ohio. This is sponsored by Corrine C. Stevenson, President, co-sponsored by Juanita Gowdy, Vice President, Nathaniel Martin, Counselor, Tim Austin, Counselor, and Ernest Smith, Counselor.
Madam President,
Yes, ma'am.
this resolution bear your name, what is it?
We're not, this is just a first read, Ms. Gowdy. So we don't have to vote today, we'll vote at the next meeting.
Alright.
Is there any discussion on this matter?
No.
Yeah, this is good, and they're doing it all over the country to deal with this racism we've been dealing with for 400 years in America. Yeah. Let's move forward.
Can I ask a question, Madam President?
Yes, sir.
The body that would actually do the analysis or the research, what is the composition of that body, and if there are dollars required, do you have an estimate on what the dollars might require?
This is in the beginning phases, there is no body at this time. A body would have to be seated to do this work.
As you know, I fully understand that. I was just saying that we could say we want, 2 people from council and 8 residents. It's kind of like saying we want a 10-person team to kind of look at these things.
No, we're not
4 or 5
we're not there yet. This is just the first step,
Okay.
towards this, and then I guess, we'll probably start to look at who to put at the table versus a number.
Right. I would like to be a member of that body to kind of look at some of these issues because I care. It does matter to me tremendously on a personal level. So, again, I volunteer my services and participation. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Moving on.
Next, we have Resolution 34-20. This is a first read. October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. As such, the city of East Cleveland recognizes the need to bring attention to this disease that has caused such great harm and remorse. The city of East Cleveland encourages all of its medical institutions to provide free screenings for breast cancer during this time of recognition and will encourage partnerships that assist in making the citizens aware of the effects of breast cancer in our community in 2020 and beyond. This is sponsored by Corrine C. Stevenson, President, and co-sponsored by Juanita Gowdy, Vice President.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none,
Where's the amendment?
what was that?
I don't know.
Right.
This is basically a resolution that addresses the annual, um, focus on cancer, breast cancer in women. I don't know about you all, but some of the people in my family have had breast cancer. And I know people who have died from that breast cancer, and I think that it's very important that the city starts to recognize, because based on our environment, we have our share of women here in this city who have suffered from this disease, and we need to at least acknowledge them, and their suffering, and try to, I think, as a council, bring forth some kind of compliment to what they've gone through. That's all I have.
I have a question, and it may sound kind of naive, but I've heard over the years that every now and then men get breast cancer. Is that true? Is that not true?
That is very true. 20% of the men in our country annually end up with breast cancer. So it's a disease that has no limits.
Thank you.
Madam Clerk?
We're gonna have remarks and requests of the public.
No, we suspended that.
Are we going to, response of council and mayor?
We're moving to adjournment.
Okay. Madam President, I move that the meeting be adjourned.
I second. It has been moved and seconded that this meeting be adjourned. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Hearing all the ayes, the meeting is adjourned at 7:07 p.m. Have a good evening.